We're going to talk Cyber Monday deals. Obviously the past few weeks, there's just been Black Friday deals. They're still continuing into Cyber Monday. There's a whole bunch of great deals coming out on tech items as well. We've got a great guest, my good friend, Marc Saltzman out of Toronto. Thanks for joining us, Marc.
Thanks for having me, guys. Always a pleasure.
How does it feel to be on the best tech radio show?
It feels pretty good. I'll be honest. It's quite a privilege.
I'm teasing. Marc, he is one of my favorite tech journalists in Canada. He's on, I think, 7 different radio stations here in the country. And if they ever spin up the movie theaters again, you can see his giant face.
I don't know about that, but thank you. Yeah. Last one I did was December of last year, pre-COVID.
Oh my God.
Yeah, BC, as my wife would say, yeah, before COVID. It's, I don't know if that'll ever return, but yeah, it was a good 10-year run anyways for Gear Guide. Thanks. Yeah.
Hopefully it comes back. So, Marc, I wanted to go through some items that you're looking at for Cyber Monday as far as deals. What about in the fitness tracking range? Anything caught your eye?
Yeah, so there's as you know, a few options out there for smartwatches that are ideal for capturing your fitness and even your sleep data. But there's a really good sale on for the Fitbit Sense, which is the latest Fitbit wearable. Instead of $429, it's $359 at Best Buy. And bestbuy.ca. So that's a really good deal on a really advanced and versatile smartwatch. So of course, it tracks your fitness information. And as I mentioned, it has automatic workout detection. So you don't have to say, I'm going swimming or I'm going running. It kind of gets the idea with its built-in sensors, what you're doing. But more importantly, perhaps, is these devices, as you likely know, are evolving into health and wellness tools too. So it has the built-in ECG, electrocardiogram. It's got like thermodermal technology. It looks at your skin temperature and stress management. So really cool stuff. You could choose to use it with Alexa or Google Assistant, because with such a small display, I mean, here it is right here, by the way. This is the Fitbit Sense. It's a lot more conducive to use your voice, obviously, than using your fingertips to try to navigate through all that content. And there's customizable, bands. You can tap to buy something at retail. You know the drill. I'm talking to 2 techies here, but that's a pretty steep discount. So $359 instead of $429 at Best Buy for the Fitbit Sense.
Yeah, it's a great little smartwatch, and I think it's really versatile as well. Like it doesn't matter what ecosystem you're in. If you're in the Apple world or the Android world, it'll work perfectly with both of those. What about in the laptop arena? Anything there caught your eye?
Yeah, the Surface Go laptop is, I think, Surface Laptop Go rather. I think there's a lot of bang for the buck with this laptop. I've got it somewhere here. I'm not going to try to show and tell it all, but it is a really thin and light Surface Book. So as you likely know, and your viewers and listeners know, that Microsoft took a page from Apple and started to create their own branded devices, and better quality control, because it's all Microsoft hardware as well as the software. Of course, it's Windows 10 Home, but for $759 and up, it is a really thin and light touchscreen laptop. It's a 12.4-inch display with a super comfortable and large trackpad that supports all kinds of gestures. It's got an HD webcam for all your Skype calls and such, like what we're doing now, and several ports along the side. But I love the fact you're not trading performance for the thin and light form factor. It's got an 11th gen Intel Core processor and all that. So for $759, this feels like it's like a $1,500 laptop that I've been using. So that's a good deal over Cyber Monday, and it started just before Black Friday, and it will continue into December as well.
So, Marc, when you're talking laptops, these have to be connected. Obviously, you want a good Wi-Fi connection in the home. And the latest standard is something called Wi-Fi 6. They've gone away from the weird 802.11 AC and N and all that stuff that most people don't understand. Wi-Fi 6, all the new smartphones have it. All the new laptops have it. Gets high speed to that device, but also it manages all the devices better in your home as well. Like in my house, I think I have 60 items that are connected on my network. So
for what you guys do for a living, that's probably even a modest number.
I glow at night now.
That's not good.
So what deals on Wi-Fi 6 routers are out there?
Yeah. So I have heard you guys talk about Wi-Fi 6 all year round. And it's an important part of the story because you could have the coolest laptop and the most advanced smartphone, but without that infrastructure that in your home, you're going to have bandwidth problems. So Wi-Fi 6, you're right, is the latest standard. Let's say it adds more lanes to the super information highway. So, right, it reduces congestion in order for you to reach faster speeds, up to 90% faster on the 5 gigahertz band compared to Wi-Fi 5 or 802.11 AC. So much faster. So I like this D-Link AX 1800 router because it's on sale. Instead of $159, it's $119, which I think is a great deal.
Wow, that's Monday. That's the cheapest I've seen a Wi-Fi 6 router.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's also mesh ready. So the Wi-Fi 6 part means that it'll handle more traffic or more simultaneous devices and faster speeds. But in terms of range, if you have a large home or an older home and you have those dead zones where the kids are trying to study online or mom or dad, they're trying to work from home and there's these pockets that you're getting lousy Wi-Fi, this will resolve that. So you can add these D-Link extenders. They're optional to expand the wireless even out to, say a backyard if you've got one or a front porch. So for $119, you're getting a mesh-enabled Wi-Fi 6 router. Again, it's called the AX 1800. Wi-Fi mesh system for as low as $119, and then the extenders are separate should you want them.
Let's talk about DNA Ancestry. They've got their kits on sale.
Yeah, so they're usually $129 for those Ancestry DNA kits where you provide a saliva sample and you send it, off. Then a few weeks later, it, helps you unlock your family history. It shows you an ethnicity estimate with interactive maps and migration patterns going back hundreds of years. You can see where your family is from, down to the countries and connect with relatives if you like. That part's optional, but there is a database of north of 18 million people. So it's very accurate. And I did this about 4 or 5 years ago, and it just gets better over time. I get like a little ping on my phone or in my email inbox, and I access my data through a password protected portal, and it just shows you, okay, new relatives found in New York, or we've narrowed down where your ancestors were from say 1850 to 1900. It's really wild. So it's usually $129 for that kit, and then it went down on sale to $89 last week ahead of Black Friday, and then now it's $69. So this is the most aggressively low price for Ancestry DNA throughout the year. It's just following the Thanksgiving long weekend in the US. So definitely take advantage of that if you've been on the fence about it. And I also think it's a more sentimental gift. Like it's, we always talk about gadgets and all that, and that can be really fun and entertaining and help with productivity. But I like that sentimental side of it as well.
It is actually a great gift item, Mark. We gave it to my parents, I think last year. Mm-hmm. And they're older. They emigrated from Denmark, the old country, and they loved it. My mom won't shut up about it now. Like that's all she ever talks about. And she's mad because my dad is from more places than she is. Like she is really Danish and southern Sweden, but he's down into Germany and over into Ireland, and she's like, "Why aren't I more Irish?" So it's just the gift that keeps on giving.
It is pretty wild, and and it, as I said, it does get more accurate over time. Yeah, and it's science. Like you can't dispute it. Like it's one thing to say, I think you're part Austrian, or I think it actually shows you genetically. It's called an autosomal DNA test. So it's from your mother and father passed down, and it's really a really great experience.
Mark, let's talk gaming. What are you seeing? Any cool games out there?
Yeah, where to start, especially with the year we've had and now with the cooler weather and the pandemic and everything. People are staying at home and they are looking to interactive entertainment for the whole family. One of my favorite developers has a brand new game out this week. The developer is Harmonic. They're the folks that created Rock Band, if you remember that, and Dance Central, a dancing game. So they're obviously big on music games, and their latest is no exception. It's called Fuse. And Fuser is a DJ rhythm game, or a DJ mixing game, and it's so much fun that I haven't stopped playing it. It's available for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, and it will work on the new systems as well, by the way, since those new machines, Xbox Series X and PS5, are backward compatible. So it will play on those things. So it's a really fun game. You basically, as I mentioned, you're a DJ, and you are on the stage of a digital music festival. This is kind of like the storyline, and you want to work your way up to be the headlining act. You have to mix from over 100 different song parts from the likes of like Post Malone and Lady Gaga and Lizzo, and there's a lot more. And you don't need a controller, like a special peripheral, like a DJ thing. If you remember Activision's DJ Hero from many, many moons ago, you had to buy this extra piece of hardware. You just use your controller now, or you can use a mouse and a keyboard if you're playing it on a PC. But really a lot of fun. You can customize your avatar. There's a lot to customize. It helps unleash your creativity. So it's not just a video game that's like, all pre-made for you and you just have to go through the actions. It really does let you create and even share your mixes. So really fun. It's $79. There might be some sales depending on the retailers, but yeah, Fuser for Xbox One, PS4, and Windows PC. Really fun game. And then if you were lucky enough to find a PS5, which seems to be the hot ticket this year out of anything, this is like the very hard thing to grab. There's some great accessories that I would recommend if you're gifting for someone who did get a PS5 or they're planning on it, or you were lucky enough to get one. The new DualSense controller, you only get one in the box, so you want to pick up a second one. It feels unbelievable. Like, I love the feeling of this new controller. It's got more advanced haptic feedback, as well as what's called adaptive triggers. So it actually can the game developers can increase or decrease the tension in those trigger buttons based on what's happening on screen to make it even more immersive. There's a built-in microphone. So if you want to chat with your friends and you don't want to buy a separate microphone, it's in the controller now. So that's $89. And that is a great gift for someone who did score a PS5. And then finally, PlayStation Plus subscription is on sale this week. So usually it's $29 for 3 months. And this allows you, by the way, a PlayStation Plus subscription allows you to play games against others over the internet. Plus, you get 2 free games a month, and you also get discounts on other games. But instead of $29 for 3 months or $69 for the year, there are some pretty deep discounts, or the retailer is adding more months onto it. So it might be the same price depending on where you're shopping. But instead of 12 months, it may be 15 months, or instead of 3 months, it may be 5 or 6, or the price itself is discounted. So another great gift idea that you could take advantage of this time of year, Cyber Monday-ish, in order to save some money as you're gifting to a gamer on your gift list.
You've tried both consoles, the new Xbox, the new PlayStation?
Yeah, I have both. And there's not a lot you play for the Xbox based on, other than Xbox One games. But PS5 has some more exclusives like Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales. And there's Sackboy: A Big Adventure from the Little Big Planet universe. And a couple of others. Astro is a game you get with it. I really enjoyed both. The Xbox has a lot of power, but it's a bit of a leap of faith because there isn't a lot yet for it. Halo Infinite will be an exclusive, of course, in 2021, and it does have Xbox Series X versions of Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War and all that. But I've spent, I think, more time on PS5 so far. But both I don't think will disappoint. But it's sort of like a slow drip, if you will. It's going to take a while before if they fully realize the benefit.
Marc, as always, been a pleasure talking with you. Thanks for giving us some of your picks.
My pleasure. Thanks, guys. All the best. Great to chat with you.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube page. And that little bell icon, hit that and you'll be notified every time we post a new video. And comment. The more comments and the more likes and subscriptions we get, the more videos we can make.